Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to you. Welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. We are going from Rhodos to Kastelorizo. You know what? I need to change the spelling on that. I just realized. Okay. That out of the way, and then just a few admin notes before we get started. And we will. All right, there we go. Okay, let's get in here and get going. So we're heading over to the Greek Isles, as I put in the description.
Froggy 2377 ready for departure to the east at runway 06.
Froggy 2377 altimeter 29er.9er 6 wind 105 at 10. East departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 06.
Alright, so we're going to change the weather real quick. Not to worry about that. There we are. Alright, I think we're all set. Let's have a look outside here. Alright, there we go. We are on our way. Now, if this goes very quickly, we may just do a turnaround flight.
Froggy 2377 continue for east departure.
Diagoras Tower Froggy 2377 continue for east departure.
There we go. Everybody's having a good Monday.
Froggy 2377 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Diagoras Tower Froggy 2377 frequency change. Approach Froggy 2377 is type Britain Norman Islander 2 miles north of Maritza 1,200 feet. Request flight following. Froggy 2377 approach. Squawk 7736. Squawk 7736 Froggy 2377. Froggy 2377 radar contact 2 miles northeast of Maritza 1,500 feet. Altimeter 29er.9er2. Roger Froggy 2377.
Alright, there we are. window. Probably not a good idea though. Reckoning Mick is lurking in the background, looking over in the Twitch channel. If that is you, Mick, good morning. How are you? Oh, I guess not. I did have a viewer over there. Just disappeared. So as I was saying earlier, so this is based on a real-world flight. They use the aircraft called the Dash 8. Oh, somebody threw a bike up already. Thank you. Which we don't have access to on this version of Flight Sim. So we are using the next best thing, which is this aircraft. So we will fly this. Now the approach, good morning Mick. The approach is, it's only captains can fly it in. Essentially it's a hand, you have to fly it in manually basically. And so only the captain of the aircraft is authorized to do it. There's no navigation aids, no like ILS or RNAV or anything. It's all visual. So only a really experienced captain is able to land there. So, oh, there's our co-pilot still sitting in the back seat behind us. Oh man. Still don't know why that's happening, but anyway, so yeah, I saw this on a YouTube video, and I thought, well, this would make for a really interesting flight. So this is the closest thing I think we have to the Dash 8 right now. So I figured this would be a good opportunity just to have a nice little flight here. So yeah, what we may do is because I don't think it's going to take very long to get there, although we're just kind of cruising along here, it feels like. But we may be able to squeeze in a return trip. Just for fun. Yeah, hopefully everybody had a good weekend. So, overnight I got warnings on my phone that we are expecting high winds today. Hopefully it doesn't cut out the power. So we might get gusts up to 50 miles an hour. I feel like that switch should be for the light over there near the co-pilot. Got a switch right here, although it doesn't seem like it work. It's unfortunate. Flying just about high enough that it's should be. Morning, Chris. How are you? I can't raise the or lower the. Yes, we can.
Froggy 2377, contact approach on 118.25. Good day. Going to 118.25, Froggy 2377. Approach Froggy 2377, 7,500 feet.
Froggy 2377, approach altimeter 29.902, continue as planned.
Sorry, I had to sneeze there. Altimeter reading was a little bit off. I'm doing okay, Chris. Appreciate you popping in for the stream. Nice to see you both here. I suspect the mellow will be in any moment now.
Froggy 2377, contact Bellhub on approach on 119.225. Good day.
All right, tomorrow we are
Going
flying
to
from
119.225, Froggy 2377.
the airport we just took off from Rhodos to Santorini in the
Froggy
A320.
2377, Dalaman approach altimeter 29.902, continue as planned.
And Wednesday it'll be a little bit later, but we're flying from Chester to Concord in the King Air 350i. Should be a nice little flight. So that time will be determined as soon as I get home from my appointment. I will go live shortly thereafter. So keep an eye on your YouTube. It will put something in the Discord that I'm getting ready to go live. So if you're home and you can watch, then you're more than welcome to. We're still climbing a little bit more than I care for. We might make it through the morning without any craziness, hopefully, knock on wood. Here. Slowly making our way there. Now what we'll do is kind of like what we did the other day with the when we were flying the Spitfire. We'll go over the airport, request landing clearance, and we'll get into our pattern and put it on the ground. All right. And we might that's finally leveled it off. Nope, we'll start to lose just a little bit of altitude. Perfect. Yeah, I think we're going to have time for a return flight. Yeah, I think we definitely will. We can do that. We'll go ahead and plan for... We'll pop out the menu and plan a return flight. Take it back to Rhodos.
Contact Istanbul Center on 119er decimal tree.
Yeah.
Good day. 119er decimal
Istanbul
tree,
Center reaches
2377.
all the way down here.
Istanbul Center,
Over
Froggy
the other night.
2377, 9,000 feet.
Froggy 2377 Istanbul Center altimeter 29er decimal 9er 2 continue as planned.
Start managing our descent a little bit here. I think we've got a good descent rate, so we bleed off the altitude as we get ready for landing. Quite little fun plane to fly, I think. It's not very fancy overall, but it works. I enjoy it. Right. hopefully we're going to nail this landing. I think we will. Positive we will. That's good, Nick. There's a Mela. I knew Mela would be here any moment. Morning, Mela. How are you? Seen in a while is Josh. Here's your PC call. Christmas comes early for Amela, I guess, in a way. Somebody's got luggage way in the back there. Doing okay. We're gonna have a look at the airport here in a moment, and then we'll request for landing. Well, because you usually pop in, you know, between 6:30, 7 o'clock ish. So, unless you know. You got other things going on, but you're generally here around about that time. I don't know. I think it's just a glitch. Some other folks have talked about it in the forums, I think. Either they don't have a co-pilot or the co-pilot is in the wrong place. So, I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing, but I don't really care because, you know, it's just for visuals, really, if you think about it. I thought the co-pilot, you know, is animated anyway, like there's, you know, moving switches or anything like that, so. Do a flyover. No, it's not a Mela. It's I think it's just an add-on, quite honestly. The standard here, matter of fact, here, I'll put this in here. There's a link, Amela. This is what you get with the standard version. Go to that website, and that'll tell you all the planes available for the standard version of Microsoft Flight Simulator. I don't think it's either a premium deluxe or deluxe aircraft. I think it was an add-on. So I think it came out maybe October, maybe September, something like that. And another site here, I'll post this one in here, that I use as well, that they come out with a lot of news, and a lot of it's more geared more towards the PC version of Flight Sim. So for you PC players, a lot of the stuff that they talk about there aren't MSFS add-ons. That is stuff that's either being worked on or has been released for the PC version. So yeah, check that one out as well. There's nothing really, as far as I can tell, that we can see for the Xbox version. You know, when stuff is going to get released, it goes to the PC very rarely, unless it's the company expressly says it and they put it in, like in their press release, that it's going to both console and PC. It won't. It'll go to the PC, and then we have to wait. I think months. There's no like time frame really that they could say it'll be available by. They gotta, you know, port it over and check everything as much as they can. Obviously, the DC-6 release was a wake-up call. I think that developers need to test if they're going to release it on the console, they need to test it on not a non-developer console. And I think that's probably true for a lot of games that are, you know, released on the PC and then get ported over to the consoles. They need to check their stuff. But yeah, that add-ons website, whatever news is out daily, you know, if they hear something from a developer, they put it out right away. So, you know, they'll get word from a developer that, you know, something that they've been working on is close to completion, or it's in whatever phase it's in for, you know, they'll do early screenshots, that sort of stuff, to kind of show the work. Sometimes it'll be either a exterior shot, you know, showing kind of the shape of the aircraft and, you know, how it's going to look. Other times it's just the interior. They'll show the flight deck. Maybe if there's a passenger area, they'll show the passenger area as well. But that all gets updated as they get more information from the developers. So I find it's way more informative than a lot of the stuff that's on the forums. So, all right. So here we are. Once we get a little bit closer, hopefully this is going to render in a little bit better. So our runway that we're flying in on is right over there at right off the right wingtip there. So It's a very interesting approach. If you Google or search for it in the on YouTube, you'll find the video where they show the approach and the landing and all that. Now, I would imagine it's probably even more I think if the winds are above a certain speed, they won't fly there. The airport does not support IFR flight. It's visual only. So it's can be a very challenging landing. There we are. Alright, let's
Lima Golf Kilo Juliet, traffic Frog E23771 miles west, 4,500 feet inbound to land, runway 31.
Okay, so we're gonna come back around here and fly that pattern. Turn around here. What's that? All right. We'll fly, Nick has got cabin fever in the worst possible way. Know how it feels. It's interesting. When the last time I went to the National Training Center, you can't take your cell phone with you out to the training area. It's strictly forbidden. And you don't realize how much you rely on your cell phone. Not just to stay in contact with people, but to just, it's a way of taking your mind off a lot of things. You've got your little games on there, you've got music, and when you're without it, they suddenly cut you off from a drug. Like you're going into withdrawals. And some people, what I've seen a lot of people do is they'll hide their cell phone. They'll, I didn't bring it with me, and they'll take it with them anyway. And the trick is you just can't get caught using it, whether you're listening to music. And I tell you for sure, out there in the desert of National Training Center, at night it's very quiet. And even if you're listening on your earbuds, people will hear that somebody's playing music. So yeah, it's not not worth the headache. But yeah, it's just amazing how much we rely on that. All right, get the plane slowing down here. Probably put the flaps down a little early, but we can adjust from there. Yeah, we'll do one more flight. We'll do a return trip. Yeah, when you're not allowed to do, or you can't have access to something that is part of your, oh, hello Cavill, welcome. You know, you get so relied on your cell phone for distraction from things that you, when you don't have it or you can't have it with you, it's a very no, I'm not flying to Goa today. We've already done a flight out of Goa. Okay, if you look in my library, all the videos, you go back about a week or so, there is a flight out of Goa to where did we go? I forget where, but we flew already, so I'm not doing it again. Okay. It says, I get that you have just asked, but I've already flown out of Goa. The rule is, if you look back in my Clavel, if you look in the library, it says when we flew. Okay? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but I did a flight out of Goa. I'm not doing another flight. Okay? The rule is now for this channel, it is not a viewer requested thing. Well, I can't. Well, I don't know when you're available there, Clavel. So if you look in the library, there's one there. We flew out of Vogo, which is the airport code for Goa. All right. I'm sorry you missed it live, but I can't follow your schedule. I have a schedule, okay? This is not a viewer requested sort of channel. All right, thank you. Well, all right, well, we're lining up here. We should be on the ground. I think we went from Goa to Kathmandu or something like that. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Goa to Kathmandu. So but you're asking at the most inopportune time as I'm trying to land this plane right now. So if I could look at my notes, I would tell you exactly, but it's kind of hard to do right now when I'm trying to land. Yeah. Well, I think it's quite honestly, Mela, it might just be a language thing. That's the best I can figure. All right, here we go. All right. I'm not going to look at the chat anymore. Ooh, that was a bit rough, but we did it. One of the toughest landings. There we are. And flown. All right, I'm going to find out real quick. Clavel, all right. This is a it was on the 30th of November, so I said about a week or so ago, so there you go. 30th of November is when we did it. When I made the flight from Goa to Kolkata, not Kathmandu, Kolkata. So there you go. 30th of November. All right, thank you. I put in the description. You can't miss it. It says Goa to Kolkata. Thank you, Mela.
Lima Golf Kilo Juliet traffic Froggy 2377 is clear of the runway. Lima Golf Kilo Juliet traffic Froggy 2377 is clear of the runway.
Stop the engines, and then we just got to turn off the battery. I got to find the battery. That's the starter. The battery is... Find the battery switch. There we go. Right there. All right, let's do a return flight. Well, here's the thing, Clavel. I'm not saying you were disturbing, but I'm telling you when I say that I've flown Goa already, you can be rest assured that I'm telling you the truth. Okay? All right, so we're going from flip the page back over. KJ. Oops. We'll fly out from runway 31. And we're going to... So I just wish that you had listened. Oh, it's LG. That's not it. We'll fly into runway 06. So if I tell you I've done it, you could be rest assured that I've done it. But I can't be trying to direct you. You just have to look through the library. Okay? But I do make an effort to put in airport information or local names or whatever so that it's easy identifiable. All right. So there's the approach from the ground. Now it seems to me that the modeling might be just a little bit off, but kind of feels that way. All right, there we go.
Istanbul Center Froggy 2377 is type Britain Norman Islander 1 miles northwest of Lima Golf Kilo Juliet.
Oops, that's not what I...
Request flight following. Froggy 2377 Istanbul Center. Squawk 7435. Squawk 7435 Froggy 2377. Froggy 2377 radar contact 1 miles northwest of Lima Golf Kilo Juliet 900 feet. Altimeter 29.902. Roger, Froggy 2377.
Don't know what else. I'm at a loss. I really am. Or something, you know. Oh. So. All right, you're welcome, Clavel. Thank you. Watching the video. Oh, you don't even want to. Don't even. This. I don't even want to. See, this is why I plan everything out in advance. So the answer is, not that I'd like to say no, but the answer is an easy no. Because I have my schedule is planned out for the rest of this month, and I'm not. Yep, I know, Chris. I guess I'm gonna have to do a channel video. Not that I think people are gonna watch it, but I'm just gonna have to refer new viewers to that video, and if they don't understand, then I don't know what else I can do. And I think part of it is a lot of people can't afford this the simulator. They don't have either the computer or the money to buy either the computer or the flight sim, which I completely understand. But that's not my problem. You know? I get a lot of people want to see their part of the world featured, and I'm not doing that. You know, I'll get there eventually, but this is not a please, please, please sort of thing, because that's just going to annoy me even more. No, it's the standard edition, and again, I think it's just that they don't have a high-end enough computer to run Flight Sim, and because Game Pass does cost money. So I think it's a financial issue as well for a lot of people, which I am sorry about, but that's not my, that's not my responsibility. We've only barely scratched the surface on all kinds of places to fly. So, all kinds of planes to fly as well. But I can only fly what's available and only what I know works. So, I don't know. I don't know any other way to explain it. I was hoping by now it would, especially with the description and the About Me part of the channel, that things would kind of settle down, but apparently not. multiplayer should be free. So, because that's how I think, Mick. Quite honestly, that's how they milk the. They milk it, you know, because they know multiplayer's a big money market for them, for game developers and publishers, and everybody involved makes a ton of money off of multiplayer. And so they're not gonna give stuff away for free if they can charge you, and they know deep down there's gonna be people who are gonna pay hand over fist for stuff related to multiplayer. Whether it's new maps, new characters, character skins, weapon skins, whatever they can charge for it, that's what they're gonna do. Because people are willing to spend the money on it. And if the problem is that if you say, well, I'm not going to do that, yeah, then they're counting on, in a way, what do you call it? They're counting on peer pressure to push you to spend money on the game, because they know that you've been playing with your friends for quite some time, right? And they know your friends are going to say, you know, buy this, it's fun, and you know. So they're counting on that peer pressure, I think, to get you to spend the money. I would agree, Mick. Yeah, there is an element that, you know, I think part of it is, quite honestly, and I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, you have a younger gaming element, right? The early teens and all that, they don't quite understand or respect the value of a dollar or a pound or whatever. They just think that, oh, if, you know, I'll just ask and ask and ask and ask, and somebody, whether it's mom and dad or grandparents or somebody, is going to fork over the money for it. You know, kind of like the story I told you guys about the kid with his grandparents there at Walmart getting a brand new controller for his, I think it was an Xbox. And once he got it, it was like his grandparents didn't exist anymore. And so you have, you know, older gamers who say, you know, hey, this isn't good. You guys are just handing money, you know, hand over fist. You're just putting the money out there, and you're not even thinking about what you're doing. So, you know, when we land next time, I'm going to try opening the cargo door. I want to see how if those doors actually open when we land. Let's see. So yeah, you have an element that is not going, you know, they're going to spend the money, but it's not theirs. It's not like they've gone to work or anything. They've not earned it. They just give me. And so when you have gamers who say, you know, look, the costs are getting outrageous. You know, it's not. You know, why do you keep giving money to these companies and they keep giving you crap in return? You know, or now the new thing is seasons passes. You know, you got to, if you want all this extra stuff, you got to buy a seasons pass. Well, the problem is that in many games you don't know what sort of DLC you're getting, and generally the DLC is not worth seasons pass. You know, Morning, Captain Matty. So they, but you hope that the money that you're spending on it is something worthwhile.
377 contact Dalaman approach on 119.225.
Unfortunately, we realized after the fact that it was like I spent $40 on this or whatever.
Dalaman approach Froggy 2377, 6,400 feet.
Froggy 2377 Dalaman approach altimeter 29.902 continue as planned.
But yeah, they people will still do it until they realize that what they're spending money on is not worth the amount that they're handing over. But it didn't used to be that way because you had, a long time ago, you had a complete game. And now with the multiplayer aspect of things, you have incomplete stuff because they'll say, oh, we're just going to release little bits at a time. That way, we can, beyond the cost of the game initially, we can charge even more. We're going to keep raking in the money. And sadly, the marketing folks and all that, they know that people will pay it. Especially young people who don't quite value $1. Because that's that peer pressure. Oh, my friends are getting this. In order, I got to do it. I finally said no. I refused. I'm like, no. I bought the game. If why should I keep spending all this money? It happened in Destiny. It started to happen in Destiny 2. After a while, I'm like, what am I doing? If you look at the amount of money you spend on DLC and everything, and it starts to add up. Not just like $20 here or there, but you're talking about in the hundreds, sometimes nearly $1,000 over the lifespan of a game. And you think about where did that money go? So yeah, but I understand too, a company's got to make money. They got to make a profit and everything. But they don't care. I think that's the sad truth. They just don't care. I mean, I would venture to say Dovetail still on their live streams is telling everyone, we're listening and we hear your frustration and we're sorry and we'll try to do better. It's kind of like being in an abusive relationship where the person who's the abuser apologizes, oh, I'll try to do better, and you believe it, and then next thing you know, you're right back in the same situation. And we for whatever reason, we're okay with that kind of abuse as consumers. I don't know why, but we just kind of brush it off and go, well, we know they still love us. Because they say so. Whenever there's E3 or they do a live stream or whatever, we care about our customers. No, you don't. If you did, these problems wouldn't exist. You care more. I always think about the time I was at Sonoma and I went to a NASCAR race. NASCAR says they love their fans. No, they don't. They love you spending money on merchandise and all that, food, all the money that gets raked in at the track, or You're watching a race and you're on NASCAR.com and you're ordering a shirt and a hat for your favorite driver and all that. They love your money. They don't love you. It was evident when my friend and I tried to walk through the paddock. No, sir, you got to go around unless you're part of a sponsor group or whatever. But I'm just walking right over there. Why do I got to go way out of my way? Because those are the rules. And not that I paid for the tickets to go for practice and qualifying. I got those for free from somebody I knew. But yeah, you go most situations. They want your money. They don't want you there. And the people at these gaming companies know all they got to do is keep repeating the same message. Oh, we care. We do care. How can you say you care when clearly that is not the case? But we forgive them. We keep making excuses. Again, it's like that abusive relationship. You keep making excuses for the abuser. Oh, it's There we go. Thank you, Nick. I'm trying to. There we go. Now that'll be replaced. I kind of feel like that's something that like Ace or other people pin messages on their channel. I think a lot of times it just gets ignored. I don't know why, but it does. Yes. Asking people to follow sensible rules is not appropriate or something. I don't know. Alright, well, we're on our way back to Rodos. Yeah, I got it, Vic. It worked. I appreciate that. You're a true friend. I greatly appreciate you. You're okay in my book. I don't care what Chris says about you. Or Amela, for that matter. All right, let's start slowing down here. Drop some altitude. We'll get a little bit closer, and we'll call in for landing at runway 06 there. Put this thing on the ground, wrap this stream up. It's certainly not gone according to plan. Well, it has in a way. I shouldn't say it hasn't gone. I'll let go. All right, take care, Amela. Enjoy your day. Be safe there in the city. See you later. Thanks for stopping by. Nice to see you. Oh, I do appreciate my friendships. I do. Doesn't matter where in the world you are. I know, Chris. had rain. Grab my watch when I wake up this morning. Normally I put my watch on before just as I get out of bed. I'm going to check the barometer reading. Kind of guess it, but I might be wrong. That's one of those things my mom and stepdad do for fun. They keep a log of the weather where they live at. They have rain, how many inches, temperatures, barometric pressure.
Contact approach on 127.25. Good day. 127.25 for Froggy 2377. Approach Froggy 2377, 6,000 feet. Froggy 2377, approach altimeter 29.9 continue as planned.
Alright, let's have a look here and see. LGRP, there it is.
Diagoras Tower Froggy 2377 is 26 miles east, 6,000 feet with uniform to land.
Froggy 2377 Diagoras Tower.
Bingo.
Altimeter 29.9 wind 265 the tree. Make left traffic, runway 06.
Alright, our pattern should pop
Enter left
up.
traffic runway 06 Froggy 2377.
There it is. Wait for that. Almost a sunset landing, but not quite. It's late afternoon, early evening almost there. Rhodos. Diagros. I'm not sure which one it is, but either way, it's got to be near probably 4 or 5 in the evening, afternoon, local time. Let's have a look here. Times roads. Yep, 2:56. So 2 hours ahead of UK. I had a feeling it was like late. It was well past noon time. The sun seems to be a bit lower than for 2 o'clock. Could be wrong though. That might be about right. See the runway light. It's like I always think about it as the ILS system, but that's probably not what it is. But that's for runway 24. We're coming in at the other end of the runway, just right about there. Okay, Maddie. Well, hopefully it goes well. I don't know what Alright, well, there's our pattern entry. Right there. Maddie. Okay, Maddie, I'm sorry that you're having to go through all this, but that is very personal information, okay? This is not the place for that. I'm sorry, but I hope it goes well for you, but you gotta, I can't have you just putting this stuff in my chat, okay? That's very personal sorts of things going on for you. It's not what my channel's about. Okay? I do hope it goes well, but you gotta dial that back, man. Please. Just come in and enjoy the stream. Put whatever's going on for you, just put it behind you for a little while and just enjoy the flight. Please. Plus, you have people who are right now in America. If anybody else is watching here in America, they're eating breakfast. That's not something they want to see while they're trying to eat breakfast. Okay. Thank you. All right. But I do wish you well. Don't get me wrong, but I can't have you putting that sort of stuff in my chat. That's very personal stuff that you're talking about. My goal is just we have fun, we have a laugh, but just put your troubles off to the side for a little while and just enjoy the scenery and the flying. Okay? That's what I'm here for. Alright, let's get ready to put this thing on the ground. We're as ready as we'll ever be. Nailed the landing there on that approach. I'm fairly confident we're going to nail this one. Well, that landing was a bit jarring, but let's see if we can't do a little bit better here. Hello, air traffic controller. Doing all right, thank you. Just gonna land this plane and we're gonna wrap up the stream. Hope you're doing well. Landing at Rhodos. We're doing a return flight from where we took off earlier. We took off back from Kastelorizo, going back to Rhodos. Diagros, I think it's also called. I didn't anticipate doing a return trip. It just kind of happened that way, so.
77 wind 265 the tree. Cleared to land runway 06.
But all the information is there in the description. I just got to update the return flight, that's all. We'll do that once the stream ends. No, it's fine. I've got it. This isn't the first time I've landed VFR, so it's all good. I appreciate the concern, though. Oof. It wasn't quite the landing I was hoping for, but
Foggy.
we're on the ground.
2377 exit. Runway when able.
Oh, I'm going to exit right here, because I am able to exit here.
Foggy 2377 contact ground on 121.7.
121.7 for Froggy 2377.
Oh. I think our parking spot is down there. I'm from America. Interestingly tuned to ground. Let's see if it. Nope. Alright, we're just going to go down there to the parking spot. Very good, air traffic controller. Nice to meet you. Hopefully you're having a good day or evening, or I'm not sure what time it is there, but hopefully you're doing well. All right. On behalf of myself and First Officer Mick, we'd like to welcome you back to Rhodos. Local time is 3:15:14 in the afternoon. We would like to thank you for flying with us today. We know that you have many options when it comes to your Microsoft Flight Simulator streaming viewing pleasures. We are glad that you flew with us today. Picked us. Tomorrow, Rhodos to Santorini in the A320. Should be yeah, it's worth it. It's just be aware that it's you're not going to get things as quickly as you get it on PC. They get all the new things first, unless the developer says they're going to release it at the same time. But it's not bad. You just got to get used to doing everything with the controller, unless you go with the flight stick and everything, which adds to the cost, of course. But I've done everything with a controller so far, and it's worked out pretty darn good. So I guess we could have taxied all the way down and turned there. I don't know if I stop here, will it? Nope, okay. Yeah, it's still morning here on the east coast of America. There we go. I would, but I don't have the, I'm going to be a bit more than I can handle right now. All right, folks, that's going to be it for today. Greatly appreciate everybody coming in. Let me just do something else real quick. All right. So, yeah, that's going to be it for today. I'll be back tomorrow, usual time, A320 going from Rhodos to Santorini. Shouldn't be a very long flight, but we'll see. But anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Peace. Live long and prosper.